Howdy folks, Brian Cusco here at Triple B, and today we're going to get a kind of sneak peek behind the scenes and listen in on Will Moreau's and John Lehman here at MorphMarket as John explains to Will some of the new features that are coming on MorphMarket, some of the new features that are available now on MorphMarket, and it's kind of, Will will pick John's brain and you guys get to listen in. So you're watching Triple B TV.
Have you seen any of the new features in the last few weeks?
No.
Perfect.
I haven't seen anything.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna show you two big things.
Okay.
We just did. Okay, the first is MorphMarket Projects. So MorphMarket's well known for listings, right?
Sure.
It's where you go to sell. But everything that happens before the listing, we call it a project.
Okay.
All the way from the idea in your head to the pairing to the offspring or the clutch. The offspring that's hatched. Now, of course, you can now, as soon as offspring's hatched, you can actually list it for sale now in MorphMarket and give it a maturity of pre-established.
Right.
But that's just a detail. But all that stuff before, that's a project.
Okay.
So now on MorphMarket, you can, it's a new way for users to discover what's coming. They can follow the activity of all their favorite breeders and see what's coming down the pipe. So you're familiar with the traits index page, right?
Yep.
Where you kind of start your search of listings. Well, now there's a new tab, projects.
Right.
And so it gives you the same view of how many projects there are for each gene and trait type. And then you can navigate in and you get the same search capabilities with all the advanced features over projects that you had for listings. So here we're looking at, this is a clutch, right? That's not hatched yet. And then it's also got clutches that have hatched. It shows what's hatched. Of course, you can then look at the animals and whatnot. So, yeah, the cool thing is it brings all the browsing and searching and alerting capabilities that we have for listings now to projects, which means as soon as you pair something up, if you want to make it public, people can find it, see it, they can, and soon they'll be able to waitlist on it.
Okay.
So you can already start to have a list of people that are interested before it's even hit the market. So I like to say, people talk about before it hits MorphMarket. It's like there's no more before it hits MorphMarket.
Right.
It's from the very beginning.
Right.
Can be on MorphMarket. Of course, whatever you want to share, it can also be all private.
Sure.
Not just ball pythons, all the species.
Yep.
Oh, and there's the search. Now, so you've used the save searches before?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so you can save any arbitrarily complex search, so you don't have to keep doing it over and over again, and then turn on the alerts for it, right?
Okay.
Now, as a breeder, you can also share. So one thing a user could do is they could limit the search to any seller, sellers they follow, or just Will Moreau's if they just want to get alerts on your activity.
Sure.
What you can do as a breeder, I don't know if you know this, you can actually create that search and that alert, and then you can click the share button, and it'll copy the link.
Okay.
You can give it to your followers, and then with 2 clicks, they can subscribe to that alert too. So you can say, hey everybody, click this link and save an alert so that when I put stuff out, you'll be notified right away.
Right, okay, yeah.
And that's what that is.
That is a neat feature that you can, because I've never followed a breeder through MorphMarket. When I use MorphMarket, generally what I do is I go in and I search for, I'm looking generally for something specific. Mm-hmm. And so it's let's say it's, I don't know, NC Desert Ghost and Clown.
Right.
And I look for those, and anything that has those type of genes in it comes up.
Right.
But there are lots of breeders that I feel like I always miss out on what they've produced, or I do a lot of, I'm searching on all the social media sites, Instagram, Facebook, and it's so easy on those to just go everything, it's just scrolling, and I miss stuff, or I don't see a post. I would love to be able to, see what, example, Brian Cusco, see what he's making, and follow him, and it's he made a sunset combo, and bang,
right.
That is neat.
Or maybe you follow, because the followed feature has been on MorphMarket for years, but it has not been very powerful. We're about to start making a lot of use of it, ramping it up. So now you might follow 20 breeders, and you want to know if any of them has a project with DG in it.
Right.
And create a special alert for that.
Okay, cool.
So the other big thing we've done, and this is part of the projects system, it's called breeding plans. And this just came out this week.
Okay.
So, the first thing you want to do is to upload your adult animals into the system. The same way you upload I don't know if you use import. Do you import your animals or do you add them one by one?
I add them one by one.
Okay, that works too.
I'm archaic.
So either way it works. You get those in your animal manager, not for sale adults.
Sure.
Then you go over to the new breeding tab, the little beaker icon, and here you can, the first thing you're gonna do is activate, because let's say you have 200 adults and they're in the system.
Right.
You're only gonna breed 50 of them.
Right.
So you're gonna activate the 50 that you wanna breed this season.
Okay.
By selecting them, add the males and females. And once you've done that, this interface will let you view your active breeders by female or male.
Right.
So you can think about, some people like to think about their breeding females to males. You might want to think about the other way around. That's
Okay, now does this section is private or this is public?
This is private. However,
and then I can push it public.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right here, so basically in the desktop mode, you click the plus to pick the sire, so it gives you that short list of active males. And then it's going to show you a tentative pairing. Because you haven't committed yet, but you're like, okay, this would be a pairing. And right there, you can set your visibility to public. And if you do, now people can immediately get those alerts that you're about, you're pairing something up.
So this is becoming more, this is getting more into like collection management software.
Absolutely.
Rather than just like a marketplace. Right?
Exactly.
It's the whole thing.
We're everything from pairings all the way to soon payments.
Right.
So, and everything in between, one-stop shop. And to that point, not only can you plan your season and share what you're going to be doing, but you can also very soon record activity. So I paired them today. There was a lock today. A measure of follicle size.
Right.
Post-ovulation shed.
Yep.
Put all those in as well. That actually be pretty easy given what we've already built here. So animal management, ability to share it, and then of course it converts into listings later as well. So it shows me pairing a few things up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is this all doable on the app as well?
Yeah, the app's got all the same stuff.
Okay,
and
cool.
It's got, we worked really hard. I mean, you're seeing the desktop mode, of course. Desktop is the easiest way to work with a lot of data.
Yeah.
But it's all mobile friendly too. I mean, that takes a lot of energy to make it work on all the
The app has changed a lot for myself because I am very bad at taking the pictures, going and sitting at my computer, putting this stuff online. I never end up doing it. And even for searching for stuff, I always go actually to the website on my phone. And majority of when I'm on MorphMarket, I'm using my phone.
Right.
And the app's just made it from my phone, I can upload something for sale. And so that has changed for me. I can now go into the room, snap a picture of an animal that I'm let this animal go, just take a picture, and then upload it from my phone to the. So, it'll make a big difference for myself and how much I am able to use it. Just because I was just really bad with taking photos, putting them onto my desktop, putting them onto the website. Yeah, no, that's cool.
And here we even have a function in terms of we're always looking for ways. I mean, we built all this out, and now a lot of what we're going to be doing this year is, okay, how can we simplify it? How we can make little changes that should make the interface easier, people understand it better, it saves time. So an example would be, you can go to your animal manager and create an animal, create the old way, right?
Sure.
You can now just click on, we're like, hey, we want to activate a breeder, and you realize, oh, I didn't yet actually put that breeder in the system.
Okay.
And so we have basically a quick add. So it already knows ball python based on context, it knows female, and so you just type the title and optional animal ID, and it's going to create the animal for you.
Okay.
So that's all we had to do.
Now, when you create the optional animal ID, can you set that? Because the way I do my animal IDs is RCR 21 is 21 season, 01, 02. If I set that up in MorphMarket, will it follow that trend?
That pattern?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because you and I've talked about it before, and you've shared your scheme with me. And we actually did. So we haven't completed that feature.
Okay.
But we're 90% done with it.
Okay. Cool.
And we have several different formats and little. Anyway, yeah. So that's something we're thinking about too.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
We would like to get that in there, so then you could just say auto-generate.
So from the breeding plans, I can go for this example, we have a lesser het sunset to a 66 het sunset. Will it once I can sort of tell it okay, I got 8 eggs and I have 8 animals, and then it says okay, I hit 3 lesser sunsets and a bunch of pos hets. and then that will like create. I'm gonna hold this one back, and it's in the system, and then, you know, it stays in my collection for 3 years, and then when I'm ready to breed it, I activate it to a breeder, and it's like
exactly,
okay, cool.
exactly. That's how it works.
Cool.
Let me show you one thing, and then we'll come back to that.
Okay.
So one last cool feature about the pairing system. I know you in your head can look at any pairing and know what you're going to get from it.
Sure.
Right? Experienced breeders can do that, but it's hard if you have a bunch of pairings to know what's the aggregate outcome for your whole season. And then you click on the outcomes button, it's going to show you that. So you can kind of configure how many your average group size, so 6 per clutch. And now it's going to tell you you can expect 6 of these, 6 of these, 3 of those.
Cool.
And the whole distribution, you could sort them alphabetically or however you want. You can click on this and see which pairings would actually produce that out of what you've set up.
And this is cool. So is that last page that you said, when it showed like 2.6, it was saying, on average, you should be expecting.
Yep.
Okay, cool, cool.
Exactly. And if you paired a female, say, to 3 males, it's going to divide through by 3, right? Because only one of them most likely is going to contribute to that offspring, right? So whatever, if something was like 50%, it'd be divided by 3. So it's calculating that too. Activity history coming soon. I mentioned that. And then now, change the visibility to share. And so you're saying, hey, what happens? What's the next step after this? Oh, you share it, your whole plan. Okay, ovulation time. Okay. So when there's actually an ovulation, that's when it's time to click Create Group.
Okay.
And it generates the offspring group, which has been part of our system for, your offspring manager has all those groups. And that's the page, which this symbol doesn't show, but that's the page where, initially you just create the group. That symbolizes the ovulation.
Okay.
Then you can, when there's eggs laid, so this is the offspring group page. So it's going to seed it with, we are generating an ID, but not according to a template. So you got an ID, categories filled in, it defaults to the visibility of the pairing. So if the pairing was public, it's going to make this public, puts the parents in that you already had. Down here, when there's eggs laid, you can put in egg counts.
Okay.
And then when there's actually animals hatched out, you click create offspring. So you could say like 3.2.
Yeah.
It fills those in. It creates the animals for you. It guesses at the genetics based on the parents, and so it runs the calculator. But it's like if say you had a piebald to like a normal, then it would be everything's het for piebald. But it actually goes a little further, and there's a few situations where, it's not guaranteed that it would have that trait.
Right.
But we did the math to figure out, we're going to minimize the number of operations you have to do.
Right.
So if like 2/3 of them would have it, or 3/4, then we're going to put it there, and you can just click and remove it.
Okay, cool.
So you can very quickly just manipulate the traits on the offspring. And then to your point, now that animal is, some of them, they're going to be not for sale by default. But all you have to do to create your listing then is change the state to for sale and put a price on it. And now it's listing. And that's how the whole system works, from pairings all the way to the listings.
Neat. All right, cool. So yeah, it's turned into like a full collection management software.
Mm-hmm. So what's missing? What do you want to see that I didn't already talk about?
I would have to click around and play with it. It's so hard to give you feedback without playing around with it. But honestly, I like it looks clean. And the big one is going to be I can do it all from my phone. Mm-hmm. I can do that from my phone. Yeah, I'm in, because everything happens from my phone. You know? It's,
yeah, especially the pairing system. You can just sit around. You're on the subway or whatever, and you're just playing around with pairings and looking at how it'll affect your whole the outcomes of your season.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it looks great, man. Seriously.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I definitely want to hear some feedback as you get into it, and
I'll start playing around with it.
Let's get your adults in the system. And,
yeah, sure.
And the other thing, we could do some more videos, because what I'm wanting to do, I want to help just create content so people can watch and understand. Because I show someone here at the show, and they're like, "Oh, it makes total sense."
Right.
But online, we need more videos and tutorials on that
right.
stuff. So, but I want to get some videos with breeders like yourself, where we just record a conversation while I help set you up.
Okay, cool, yeah.
And then you have questions and you have comments, and it's really interesting to everybody.
Okay, neat. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, man.
Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Will.
No, that looks good. Keep it up.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's show. I hope that was very informative for you guys, and got a lot of information out of that. We will see you next week right back here on Triple B TV. Y'all take care.